Hello, guys. How are you? Let's see who's here. Good morning on this blustery fall day. Hi, Eva. I got your message. Judy, Julia, Nora, Shuggy's here. Welcome back, Shuggy. And hope you guys are well. Thank you. I get a lot of compliments on my glasses. Um, Anyway, let's get started and have a great class. And Eva, I know you have to duck out early, so I will see you next week and let's have fun. Nothing new-ish. We are going to, let me just get my timer started so I know when to end. Um, Nothing new. I will let you know if I change something before we do it, but you guys are all familiar with everything I do. So anyway, stand up nice and tall, lean your head forward and just tilt your chin up. This is nice and gentle. It should look like this from the side. And then have your head up and just look left to right. Your shoulders are pointed forward. You're just moving your head and your neck. And shoulder rolls. And arm circles. Modify at shoulder height. If you have pain or discomfort in your shoulder, discomfort should be the first thing. If we don't really want you to go to pain at all, and switch to the other direction. And just swing your arms around your body, get movement in your torso. And let's do some hip circles, 5 in each direction. And the other direction. And let's do some hip hinges. So standing up nice and tall, push your hips back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And heel taps to the front, pressing your feet out, pressing your arms out. And we're going to take these to kickbacks. So bringing your heels towards your glutes, rowing your arms. And skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. Keep your arms moving. And step jacks, just feet together and step out to either side, bringing your arms up to about shoulder height. And then we're going to take these to the front on a diagonal. And then we're going to march it out. Bring your chair up. And let's make these marches a little bit higher, opposite hand to knee. And take it down. So we're going to do calf raises, just 5 of them, holding onto the chair, rolling up on your toes. 1, 2, 3. I'm really warmed up now. My heart rate's up a little bit. That's 4, I think, and 5. And let's do our little cervical spine work. So your shoulders are pointed forward, and all you're doing is giving yourself a little double chin for 10 counts. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And before we sit, let's do our posture check. So standing up nice and tall. Fine, I'm just going to shift the camera a little bit. And standing up nice and tall. Feet hip width apart, toes pointed forward, plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back. So your head is nicely on top of your shoulder. Your chin should be parallel to the ground. Ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee, knee over your ankle, belly button pulled towards your spine, slight imperceptible tilt forward, relaxed shoulders and shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. So even when you're sitting, not just here, but throughout the day on your computer or wherever, sit up nice and tall. Use everything we just talked about. Keep your core engaged, no slumping. And let's do our foot and ankle work. So point 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And circle in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we are going to do our sit to stand. Look down, make sure your feet are at least shoulder width apart or even wider base of support. Find a focal point, keep your eyes on it. You can push off the chair, use your arms up and down. Cross your arms across the chest and arms straight out. You know, even though I do this and say the same thing week after week, sometimes my brain just goes, it doesn't connect to my mouth. So anyway, stand and keeping your head up, a lot of control sitting down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So stay standing. We're going to do our box squats we've been doing for the past few weeks, but we're going to start off by doing push-ups. So remember, when you go over to your wall counter, if you want to use your kitchen counter or a table to make it a little harder, make sure that when you go over, your chest comes to the counter. Sorry, I'm not going to do it fully like that. And if you're doing it against the wall, when you look at yourself on the wall, your hands are not up here by your head, they're down here. So you start off in a nice plank position, just like the posture we talked about just now. Head from the top of your head to your heels, belly button pulled in, arms straight, and you're just going to bend your elbows and go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I know a few of you have been missing. Sugar, you've been missing. We've been doing box squats. And I started doing these because even after all these years, people were still doing their squats wrong. What I was getting a lot of, I can't see you guys, but what I was getting a lot of in my in-person classes, and that's really, no matter what kind of cues I did, I was still getting that flop forward no matter how many times I said keep your head up. So a box squat is similar to a sit to stand. I'm doing these sideways so you can see. I'm just going to do a couple of sets without weights. So you're sitting at the very tip of the chair. And I'm going to start seated. Most people don't because there's a trust issue that the chair is there. So you're going to stand and sit quickly and stand. So, you know, when you're sitting, you're not folding over. And a squat is basically the same thing as a sit. The mechanics are as you stand all the way up, contract your glutes, the weight is solidly on your feet, especially your heels. You're sitting quickly and standing up. So we've been doing this for a few weeks. If you want to do them as body weights, go ahead. So you're at the very end of the chair. You could put your chair against the wall if you feel like you may push it back. But I'm going to hold my weights today. I'm going to use both of them. And I'm going to stand 1, 2, 3, contract your glutes. 4, 5, keep your eyes up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I wish I could see you guys. So we're going to go right back into our squats. I'm sorry, our push-ups. You know, my mouth and brain need to get its act together. Last set, belly button pulled in, nice straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of our box squats. Eventually, we're just going to start from the top and we're not even going to touch the chair. We're just going to aim towards the chair. But let's keep doing this because I think it's great. So last set, very edge of the chair. Keep your eyes up. Find that focal point. 1, just tap. 2, 3, contract your glutes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And stay standing. So we're going to do, I think let's do our bent over rows first. Give our legs a break. So hip, bend your hips, bend your knees. And I want you to look down on a diagonal, not look up so you're keeping your chest up. And I'm pretty far over. My back is neutral, my belly button is pulled in. My head is in line with the spine, arms away from me, and elbows straight up, squeezing my shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I am going to do the modified deadlifts because standing on one leg to do a single leg deadlift is problematic with my left knee at the moment. However, you still have that option to do that. I'm going to do it because I can pull my left leg back. So your hips are square to the front. You're not going to turn your hips around as you go forward, and you're not going to go your hips, you could get to about parallel. And if that's too hard here, or just push your leg back, and contracting your glutes, keeping your belly button pulled in. I'm going to do a modified. So I have a little room between my outside leg, that toe, and the other heel, and that heel's off the ground. And I'm just going to push back and go forward, similar to the bent over row. And as I stand up, I push through my toe and the other foot flat and contract my glutes. So it's just a little bit of an offset. I'm just showing you what it looks like from the front. Choose the one that's best for you. So, and you're holding the weight next to the outside leg. So 1, push through your heels, contract your glutes all the way up for either of the options. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch. Stand up nice and tall to begin with. Remember, you always come all the way back up. Hinge your hips straight back. Contract your glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to do our last bent over rows. Just stand nice and tall. And hinge your hips back, bend your hip, bend your knee, looking straight ahead on a diagonal so your head doesn't pop up. Bring your elbows up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's do our last set of either single leg deadlifts or the modified deadlift. 1, all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's take a quick break. You know, my normally very cool room is not so cool today. I have to mop myself off and get some water, and you should too. How are you guys doing? See who else came and joined us. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. I hope your back is okay. I get all the news. So we're going to do leg extensions, but we're going to do tandem stance and lateral raise. A lot of message from you guys. Okay, you guys are wonderful. And so tandem stance, you know, with this knee, I have a little bit of problem. You know, if my left knee is in the back, I'm not as secure as I normally am. I am doing PT and doing a lot of work, hopefully someday. I will be better. So standing up nice and tall, belly button pulled in, arms up to shoulder height or lateral raise it. Choose the one that's best for you and give yourself some room if you need it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your ball. We're going to do some leg extensions and we're using our ball for it. I can't remember if I did this with you guys last week. So you're going to have the ball between your knees. I'm actually going to take my brace down for this one. And you have a lot of pressure on it. Sitting up tall, you could hold on to the back of the chair and you're going to flex your foot and extend all the way out. All right, so sit up tall, just look straight ahead, keep your core engaged, and 1, keep that flexion in your foot. 2, try not to touch down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other leg, flex your foot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do our second set of shoulders and tandem stance. I get to put my left foot in front this time, so that's a little bit better for me. So stand up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of leg extension. So sitting up tall, weights want to roll away from me. Pressure on the ball or sofa cushion, whatever it is that you have. Foot flexed, extend out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that flexion in your foot. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are going to move on to slow marches and bicep curls. Just have to fix my headphones. So when we do these, you can do a hammer curl, which your palms are facing in. You just alternate in, keeping it in. You could start off with your palms facing in and then curl up, or you could have both hands in front and do it that way. The key is, you notice where my elbows are, they're locked at my side. I'm not moving them off my body. I'm not doing them up like this. So alternating, can't see what you're doing, but hopefully you're alternating arm and leg. So 20 count, start with my right arm, left knee. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So let's do calf raises. We're going to do 10, holding on lightly to the chair, just rolling up on your toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, excuse me, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And last set of biceps and slow marches. So try to control your steps, that you're not banging on the floor, you're not banging your leg down, and you're not traveling around the ground. You're having a lot of control, that you can stand in one place and do this. So let's do our last set, starting with my left arm, right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So our last set of kick phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do triceps and toe raises for our shins anterior tibialis. So I'm going to give you options. You could do our regular tricep kickback, where you're bent forward, similar to bent over rows, and you're just keeping your elbows still. Your elbow is a fulcrum, so you're just moving your arms around it. Your arms are close to you. I'm going to do a pulse. So my arms are straight, my hands are facing away from me. We usually do this with our a TheraBand, but which you can do if you have one, but I'm going to do with my weights today. So I'm just going to have my hands together, even just straightening out my hands like this. I can feel my triceps already engaged, and I'm just going to bend forward a little bit. I'm not going too far forward, and just pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And doing our toe raises with this. So 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of triceps. So tricep kickback or pulses. So bend forward just a little bit, keep everything nice and straight. And 1, it's not a big pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And put your weights away for now. And we're going to do our last set of toe raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to do one set of stepping over to sleeping dog. Once again, I can't see you guys, but I'm just going to give you information based on what I can see in my in-person class. I can do these without holding on. So you notice my leg is high going to the side, high coming in, and high coming back. And I give everyone the option of holding on or not, depending on how you feel about your stability and your balance. So I'm glad that people try it without holding on, but oftentimes I see this. So this is a modified side lunge and a front lunge. Both great lower body exercises. You get your heart rate up. But one of the prime motivations for this exercise is to be able to pick your feet up really high. So if not holding on causes you not to be able to do that, please hold on. I'm actually going to hold on today because I'm trying to get people to understand it's not about, there are no demerits or anything for holding on. If you're stepping into a high bathtub that comes up really high, you do have to hold on. I would hold on. So I want to practice getting your leg up high in both directions. So hold on to a counter, wall, table, and let's do this correctly. Let's not kick the dog and let's not fall in and out of the bathtub. So holding on a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on the other side, your heart rate should have gone up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I think all of that deserves a little break. No sitting, by the way. Your heart rate should have gone up, so don't sit, please. Just walk around, get some water. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well. So we're going to do one exercise with weights, similar to the slow marches and bicep curls. We're actually going to do it for 45 seconds today. I want you to, 45 seconds is the max. If you need to stop anytime before that, please go ahead and stop. You know your body. So we're doing a standing farmer's carry. I was going to say fireman's carry. So you're holding on tightly to your weight. So this gives you some grip strength work also. You're standing up nice and tall. Try to get your knee, if possible, up to hip height. If you feel a little bit shaky, you could stand next to a wall or counter, not touching, but if you need to lean back to balance yourself a little bit, it's there. So a couple of things. Your perfect posture, you're going nice and slow, a lot of control up and down. I can't hear what you're doing in your house, but there should be no noise from your footstep and complete control the entire time. So we're going to start in 1 second. Go ahead now. And this is posture, core, heart rate, overall body, full body workout. Your shoulders should be back. Check yourself. We just did 20 seconds. And that's 45. I'm sorry, let's do a few more. I'm looking at this clock and it's not going correctly. All right, let's stop. So only one of those. And now for our outer thigh and leg and hip, our small medial glute, we're doing seated lower leg extension. So you're getting an internal rotation in your thighs. So you're getting a lot of inner thigh work and a lot of groin work, in addition to outside your thighs into your hips, your medial glutes. So we're gonna do one set. Let's do 15 per side. So you're sitting up nice and tall, belly button pulled in, you're towards the end of the chair and bringing your leg up. One, these are hard. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, don't touch down, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And switch to the other leg. 15, 14, keep pressure on the ball. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And sit up nice and tall, keep pressure on the ball. We're going to do a rotation. Belly button pulled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just going to do 10 today. I'm going to do just on the side so you can see. So you're sitting towards the end of the chair. These are hard, by the way. I'm going to do 10. Just do your best. So you're going to lean back a little bit, belly button pulled in, bringing your knees up, tapping down. We're going to do 10 of those. So 1, 2, 3, do what you can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's all we're going to do for our core today. So let's do a tandem stance with turning our head side to side. So my left leg is in back. This is hard for me. So I may need to hold on just a little fingertip. We're just doing 5, focal point on your right and on your left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And switch leg. That wasn't so bad. I didn't have to hold on. Let's see how I do now with this stance, which I think is easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, like I said earlier, doing a single leg stance on my left knee is not good, so I'm going to do a tap of a kickstand. 10 count, standing up nice and tall. Remember, even though I'm not lifting my right leg off the ground completely, I'm still unstable because I'm not going to have both feet flat on the ground. So that's an option if you have a trouble on one side or the other. Perfect posture, looking up, find that focal point, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And this side I can stand on one leg. So let's do another 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's stretch. And let's sit. I'm going to hold each count for several deep breaths, so you do the same. We're still paying attention to our posture throughout this entire stretch. Actually, pay attention to your posture forever, for life. So one leg out, nice and straight, leaning forward. You're stretching your hamstrings and your calf. If you can reach your toe, pull it towards your face. And switch over to the other side. And cross one leg over, sitting up tall, pull on the outside of that knee for a stretch from your hip all the way along your thighs down into your knees. People tell me they don't feel this, but I certainly feel this. And switch to figure 4, push gently on the inside of your knee, leaning forward for a deeper glute stretch. And stretch our hip first on the other side. And figure 4. And let's do our lower back. So I'm going to do this sideways so that you can see I'm not rounding my back or arching it. I'm still pretty neutral. I'm just going forward from my hip, my pelvis, and my arms can reach the ground because they're super long. However, if yours don't, that's okay. Gentle stretch in your lower back. And move over to one foot so you get that stretch in the side of your lower back. And over to the other side. And I'm going to do a standing hip flexor. So legs nice and nice long stance. That back hip, I'm just going to tuck that hip under, my knee slightly bent, or you could even go lower. And you get a stretch in the front of your hip down into your quads. You could be in, I don't know what this is called in yoga. It's been a long time since I took a yoga class. And switch over to the other side. Tuck that hip under, bend that knee a little bit if it's comfortable. And let's do my favorite stretch. Feet under your hips. Don't start out here. Start here and push your hips away from your hands. And roll up Arms out to the side, bring them behind you, and move your head gently left to right. And arm circle. And switch direction. And thank you guys so much for showing up today. Have a wonderful weekend. Someone sent me a note. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful weekend. And I will be here next week. Take care.